All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're not going to waste any time. We're going to jump right into this. Massive leaks for the upcoming 3.6 update for the finals that is due out tomorrow. So as you know, or may not know, Oscar from Embark held a community stream today where he discussed some of the changes coming to the finals in the 3.6 update. Now, this isn't all of them. He was very clear on that, but this is some that he touched. Some of them smaller. Some of them are massive, so we're going to jump right into this. I've got a game of Bank It for you guys to enjoy playing in the background, but let's just jump right into it. First off, he talks about how the community event was completed. That was done a couple days before they even expected us to. He said Sunday at 6 p.m. Swedish time. That 1.9 million kills using weapons or gadgets from Season 3 was completed. So we do have that camo coming. Said it would be in our inboxes here in a couple days before the end of the week. I didn't participate in that because I was too busy working. So I had zero contribution. So for all of y'all that grinded out for that community event to get us this camo, my personal thank you, even though I really probably won't use that weapon too much. But jumping into the changes right off the bat, he starts with the 93R. People in the chat were saying, hey, buff the 93R. The 93R needs a buff. And he did confirm that in 3.6, there will be a buff to the 93R. He didn't go into detail or any kind of information as to what that buff will be or the changes that will be made, but he did state that there will be a buff to the 93R. More importantly, we go into the changes coming with cash out in the 3.6 update. Now that when they pulled cash out at the beginning of season 3 and replaced it with terminal attack for the rank mode, they had said their reasoning for doing that was that they can make some balance changes that were needed for that game to be viable, I guess, in a competitive sense. Now, he does say these changes are trying to address the issues of being third-partied in cash out, and that's regardless if you're playing casual and world tour. Back when it was the rank mode, third party can be a frustrating aspect to that game. So moving into the changes, the first change he talked about is there will be more money per kill. So right now it sits at $200 per kill when you get a kill. They are upping that from 200 to 500. So every time you get a kill, you will now get $500 added to your team's bank instead of the previous 200. Small change, but over time, I guess it could make a difference in how the game plays out. Moving on to something else. Now, this is going to be a big change in my opinion. So when you activate a box, you grab the box and you take it to the cash box. When you inputted it, at that point, say it's the first one, $10,000. So you're entering that box. You've got the $10,000 pending, and you've got to defend that cash out station. You do it, cool. Now you got the $10,000, but there was no other aspect to it. You enter the box. If it was stolen, you lose that $10,000. If you manage to capture that cash out station and defend it for the whole period of time, that $10,000 was now yours. Moving forward in 3.6, now when you place a box in a cash out station, you will automatically bank 30% of the value of that box when your team places it in the cash out. So for example, if it's the first box and it's worth 10,000, your team grabs that thing, you run over to the cash out and you put it in, your team will automatically bank $3,000 and the rest will be the 7K that you fight for. So everyone else will fight for the 7K remaining and your team will get the 3K. And that works up to the 15,000 boxes and the 22,000 boxes. So for 15, I think it will be like 5,000 that you would automatically bank and then you would fight for the remainder 10K. This is a pretty big change in my opinion, and it will change how that mode is played, especially because now you're not fighting for the whole thing. You're automatically gaining something as soon as you put it in, and if you manage to defend that and actually capture that cash station, then you get the whole value. Now you have that whole amount. They are also going to be making adjustments to the spawn locations and the spawn logic for the cash out stations and the boxes at the start of each match. He just said it was the start, so I don't think it changes from round to round. Just the start of the match, the boxes and the locations and logic will be different from how they used to be at the start of the match. That's all he went into detail on that specific change. In my opinion, minor change. I don't think it'll have massive implications for how that game mode is actually played. The third change that Oscar talked about as far as changes to cash out, and this in my opinion is massive. It is the biggest change that they have made to cash out. They, moving forward in 3.6, will be removing all cash out penalties for when your team gets team wiped in cash out. World Tour, normal cash out, and I'm assuming moving forward to whenever it does come back to rank. There is no more 30% loss of your team's bank when you get team wiped. No more. That is gone. In my opinion, that is huge. That is going to change the whole aspect of the game, strategies moving forward, and how people play the game. Say you're going for a cash out and it's the $15,000 box and you're fighting for that and your team is up and you're fighting to get that 15,000 to solidify a qualifying round, and you get team wiped unfortunately in the midst of fighting for that, and you lose your 30,000, and now instead of being in first and second place, you've dropped down to third, or even worse, now you're in fourth place. You've gone shit. In some aspects you might go from first to last. That is no longer going to be happening. So whatever money that you have, if you get team wiped, you are not losing it. There is no more cash penalty. I think that is a massive change, and I'm kind of curious to see how it's going to play out. 3.6 will be released tomorrow, and we'll get to jump into that and see how those changes with cash out apply. But I'm real excited, one, for the 30% aspect where you put the box in and you get the 30% right out the gate, and then you're fighting for the remainder. But even more so, no loss when you get team wiped is huge in my opinion. That is huge. That's going to be the end for the cash out updates that Oscar revealed. He didn't go into detail or show any screenshots of the patch notes, so we're gonna have to wait till tomorrow when 3.6 is released to get a full rundown and be able to read all of the changes. Those changes so far, I'm liking it. I'm liking the way things are going. Next, he moved into changes coming to terminal attack and ranked terminal attack. He didn't go into a same with cash out, didn't give us screenshots, didn't give us the patch notes, but he did highlight a few changes that we could expect in 3.6. So first off, and this is more of a quality of life change, it's not going to have any impact of on the game or the game mode, but there will be no more loading screen at halftime when the map rebuilds. So right now, you play your first half, one team's attacking, say you're attacking, the other team's defending. At the halftime, you'd go into a loading screen similar to when the game would start while the map rebuilds. Oscar said from now on, we will go straight into the game and we will wait, probably similar to how we wait when we're on the attacking team while we wait for defenders to get ready. We're just going to wait while the map rebuilds. So there's going to be no sitting there staring at a loading screen. Doesn't make a difference to me at all. Some of you might like that. Some of you probably don't care as well. But no more loading screen. We'll just go straight in and we'll wait while the map rebuilds. The next change, and this one is fairly decent in my opinion. The next change coming to terminal attack is going to be changes to the health amounts that you regen to. So right now, you get poke damage, people picking you away, you run off, you manage to get cover, and you can sit there and wait until your health regens. At this point, it doesn't matter if you're playing light, medium, heavy, whatever class you're running, you're going to regen to 100 after you take your initial damage. They are changing it in 3.6 where the regen will change based on the class that you are running. So light is no changes there. Light will still regen to 100. Moving forward in 3.6, medium will regen to 125 and heavy will regen to 150. Oscar stated that this change was to counter the fact that lights have been a bit dominant when it comes to poke damage in terminal attack, especially because there's no regeneration whatsoever, so your damage is more permanent. And the lights, especially with the snipers, you get hit with one sniper shot, that takes a good chunk of your health away. You're already hurting. You're already in a disadvantaged position. So everyone's will change. Lights 100 again, mediums will move to 125, heavies to 150. And like I said, Oscar just stated that this was to combat the lights kind of dominance that Embark has seen in the terminal attack and ranked terminal attack modes. Next that happened, Oscar did acknowledge all the complaints with ranked terminal attack, which I thought to be kind of funny. Said he heard us loud and clear, everything. And he did address that they're not going to remove it. They can't just remove a ranked game mode mid-season due to, people making progress and moving up through the ranks. And it's just something that they can't do. But he does acknowledge that Embark doesn't want to be in the same situation in Season 4 as they were when Season 3 came out, when they removed Cash Out and then put Terminal Attack in its place. He did allude to Cash Out being back as a ranked mode coming Season 4, but also stated that there's plans for terminal attack to still be around as well. So in my last video, I talked about how I would like personally to see them have the ranked cash out mode there and keep terminal attack there as well as a ranked playlist, but allow us the choice to pick which one we want to do, because I prefer cash out. I think a majority of the community does, but I know there are people out there that do enjoy terminal attack, or maybe they don't always want to play cash out and they want to mix it up every now and then and play some terminal attack. I don't know if they do that. If the ranks will carry over. So say you're, you know, gold 1 in World Tour and you'll be gold 1 in Terminal Attack, or if there'll be separate ranks, that's still yet to be seen, and ultimately still yet to be seen what they're going to do with any of that. He did mention they were going to do another community stream tomorrow. They're going to talk about World Tour. Tomorrow I'll probably discuss that and go over the full patch notes. He did give a little teaser of the Emerald rank. So I think they are going to give us more information on Emerald and how all that is going to play out. But as of right now, that is all we have for tomorrow's release of 3.6. Just wanted to jump on here real quick, make a quick video about these leaks and some of the changes that Oscar discussed, especially when it comes to cash out, because some of these changes are massive. And I, for one, am super excited. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. Just wanted to make a real quick one going over all these changes that Oscar was talking about, especially when it came to cash out, because I think these changes are huge and I, for one, am super excited. Leave a like for the video and comment down below on what your thoughts are on all these changes coming into 3.6, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.